What's up, guys? It is me again, bringing you guys a bit of a quick commentary. Joined this game late, but it captured my full game, so I'm pretty happy with that. Got a couple more commentaries coming up where, unfortunately, theater mode just refuses to work with me again. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and I'm still liking theater mode. Just as a quick update to that, on another quick update, I'm going through the last vestiges of the cold I caught. I'm feeling a lot better. Appreciate all the well wishes I got on one of the videos where I said I was sick. Still got a bit of a cough, and you know, sometimes it gets tough to shake a cold bug, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And for this quick hit commentary, I just want to say, you ever get a phrase or a saying stuck in your head, and it's kind of like really old and corny, but you still kind of use it? I have this weird, I don't want to say a skill or like a talent, but I tend to remember a lot of that stuff. Like a lot of those old-timey sayings that in this modern era, I guess, are really, they're really old-timey. Like, for instance, when I was thinking of what to talk about in this video, there's this saying that goes like, variety is a spice of life. And I was thinking about how that applies to Call of Duty in this game. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that in a game as potentially diverse as Call of Duty, variety is the spice of life, and sometimes you don't need spices. What I mean by that is, there's so much you can customize in Call of Duty. Guns, perks, attachments, what game type you like to play, what your kill streaks are, who you like to play with, all this different stuff. The game is so customizable that it really has that vibe of there's something for everyone in this game. And I think that's why this franchise has become so successful, because the barrier to entry is very low. And I'll talk about the skill level needed to play a Call of Duty probably in another commentary, but I guess my point of this commentary is to say that it is really fun to experiment with different guns and different game types and all that stuff, but I guess my main point is, when you get to a point where you feel comfortable, it is okay to stop. Like, don't buy into this hype that, oh, you're using a cheap gun, or oh, you're not playing the right game type, or you're not using the gun in the right way. I brought this up a little bit earlier, but if you find something that works for you, why would you mess that up? Why, just because you feel like you're not being inventive enough and exploring enough? I guess my point is that if you just keep trying to experiment and you're constantly fiddling with stuff, past the point to where you get a good loadout, or you get a good game type that you really enjoy, or you get some score streaks that you keep getting, and yet you still choose to explore the game for the simple fun of exploring the game. I can understand that mentality, but at what point do you realize that you're never going to get to the top of that mountain? I mean, at what point are you satisfied, honestly? Do you have to play every single game type? And this is an honest question. I'm not being sarcastic, I'm not making fun. I'm giving you guys some food for thought, because I'll give you my own answer. Do you have to play every game type? Do you have to try every score streak? Do you have to try every single attachment on every weapon until you feel like, you know, you've explored enough, and then you can just stick to one thing? In all honesty, I used to love mixing and matching and trying out different things, but I guess I've gotten a bit more formulaic as I've gradually morphed into this weird rusher hybrid, rusher tryhard hybrid is what I mean, where I like to run around and yet I still kind of camp a little bit and I still kind of care about my KD a little bit. Think about that stuff. If you feel like you've got a class down, if you feel like you've got your score streaks down, maybe be confident in that. Maybe don't feel this pressure to try everything just to say you've tried everything. Because at the end of the day, there's another saying in regards to variety is the spice of life. There's also the saying that you shouldn't fix something if it's not broken. And there's a middle ground there, and there's a line to be drawn between fixing something that's not broken and being too rigid. And I guess it's up to us to draw that line. Me, myself personally, I find a good gun I like, I get good with that gun, I'm gonna keep using that gun. Maybe there's a better gun out there, and maybe I'll toss it on and play a couple games with it, but if it doesn't work out for me, I'm going to my bread and butter. I've been through the struggle of getting a gun and getting it upgraded and getting good with it to the point, if I get to a point where I feel like I'm really good with it, like that's my signature gun, I'm not going to try different guns. I'm not going to try different guns just for the sake of trying them. I'll try different guns if I feel like a gun is more powerful or better suited to my particular playing style at that moment in time. So I don't have just one particular gun. You know, we get 5 classes, I have 5 particular guns. I have my favorite guns. And I'm going to keep using those favorite guns. And it's never really bothered me that I could be missing out on some other weapons. And I guess that's the point of the commentary. Just, if you're confident enough to have a gun that you feel like, that's my gun, and when I get ticked off and I go to create a class, and I make this class and I select that class when I'm getting ticked off and, you know, shit's about to get real. That's the moment I'm ready. You know, that's the moment you're waiting for. When you're getting pissed off and you have like this ace in the hole class and you select it and then you're like get into that beast mode and you're like, oh yeah, now that I got this gun, shit's got real. I think if you have one of those guns, just be confident about that. Be proud about it. Even if you're missing out, you know, at the end of the day, it's your game. Play it the way you like it. I guess that's the moral of the story. The moral of the commentary, if you will. It is your game. Play it how you like it. And if someone doesn't like the way you play, you know, the easiest thing to do is honestly just to ignore them. And I know that's kind of a bleak, kind of uncooperative stance to take, but this is Call of Duty we're talking about. And there are a lot of assholes out there. And I'm not saying you to be one of them, but, you know, there's a big difference between confidence and cockiness, and I think a lot of that is lost in translation when you're going up against these random guys that just want to rage at you and bring you down and say that you're using a cheap gun or you're using cheap attachments. At the end of the day, it's your game, it's your life. Live it, love it, play it however you want. That is all I got to say. I'll talk to you guys later.